when I opened up for Nipsey Hussle, my homie Mondo and Vince.
You did, bro.
And Vince was like walking around on stage. They had backpacks, and they had backpacks full of like 50 CDs a piece, and they was just handing them to people. What today, like kids would be like, "See, what the fuck? What the fuck is a CD?"
And that's not even over like that's
And that's
barely
not
10
even that
years.
long ago.
That's 10 years ago.
If
damn
that,
near.
that's like maybe less than that. Like that was like probably like 8-7 years ago. Like that's not even that long ago. And they was just passing out CDs, and people were like, "Hell yeah!" So there's like Def Jeff, and it was literally just the CDR, like the blank CDR written with Def Jeff, Progress of a Mission, Still Progressing, just written on it in Sharpie. And I remember telling my sister to write the name on the thing because I have chicken scratch shitty handwriting. So I remember telling my sister to like, "Hey, can you write this shit on the CD so it looks professional?" But literally, it's just a silver CDR disc in like a fucking plastic blue case, and he just fucking hands it out that I got from like fucking Staples or some shit, Office Max or something like that.
What's poppin'? It's your boy Moses, a.k.a. Normal, chilling right here, my very special co-host, Mr.
Def Jeff.
And we got a very special guest in the building, Mr.
Fat Kevin, Avenue Posse.
Shout
in
out.
the house. First time making it to the pod. Thank you for coming, dog. Thank you for blessing us with your presence. Really appreciate it. Welcome.
I appreciate that. It's a blessing to be here. I
welcome.
really appreciate it, man.
Speaking of blessings, too, our boy done blessed us with a little champagne.
This is how you do it, dog. When you pull up to the pod, you got to come ready. You got to come bearing gifts. You know, don't be disrespectful. If we pulled up with a straight up bottle of champagne, I love that for you. Thank you, dog.
Man,
Appreciate
I
it.
got to. I see
love
what
that.
you guys doing. I love the consistency.
Thank you.
Keeping
thank you.
the foot on their neck.
That's right. Gas to the pedal to the metal. You feel me?
You feel me? At all times.
So before we get started and really put the pedal to the metal to the pod, why don't you tell our listeners that are like finding out for you for the first time where you from, where you grew up, and what you're about?
Okay, I'm Fat Kevin. I'm from the city of Compton, but I've also lived in North Long Beach, and I've also lived in Lakewood. You feel me? I went to you feel me? I went to school in Lakewood. My parents didn't have me go to school in Compton because they made enough money to ship me out other places. So that's what it was. You feel me? My mom went to Compton, though, and my dad went to Verbum Day. You feel me? My sister also went to Lakewood, though.
Okay.
So when it comes to that, Lakewood and LBUSD is where I gained my education. And I'm also very grateful for that because opposed to the people that grew up in my neighborhood with the intelligence that they have, you can quite see the difference. And nothing against Compton Unified School District,
right.
but I prefer where I went to
It
school.
ain't quite the same.
You feel me? I still have to grow up where I grew up, though.
Yeah, you got to go home every day.
You feel me? You feel me?
But it's fun, though, because I've known Kevin since I was like 13 years old, probably. Like, it's just fun, too. Like, going from a Catholic school from kindergarten to 8th grade, and then you have 30 kids in your graduating 8th grade class to go into Lakewood, and there's 30 kids per class. I got to say, it's the first big black dick I've ever seen in my life.
Oh,
I came.
He started it all raw.
I came from a Catholic school and all that shit.
Welcome to the Let On The Podcast with Def Jam.
The very
Thank
one
you.
time we had computer class. We had Mr. Holmes. Shout out Mr. Holmes.
Shout out Mr. Holmes.
I remember sitting either next to the girl or 2 seats next to the girl, and this wild motherfucker just pulls out his dick just like anybody with a big dick would do. He just pull out his dick and sit. And I said, "It's supposed to look like that."
He started off that
I
big
said-
dick energy. Number
I
one.
I went back to my Catholic school days, and I said, "God, you missed something. You missed something. You didn't get. What is that? That's me hard. Why is that shit him soft?"
I was about to ask him, like, give me one of your earliest memories about Def Jam and how you met him, but he wanted
That was my earliest memory about him.
He jumped the gun.
Hey, this shit like almost 17, 15 years later.
And you
I
can't
still
forget
remember.
about it.
I can't forget
Dead
about
Now,
it.
you
ass.
tell
My-
me your
my
first memory.
of Def Jeff was in Mrs. King class. I think it was either it had to be the first day.
Probably.
We was all sitting, like, because the class was set up where you had students on this side, you had students on this side, and you had students in the back. And her desk was in the front when you first walked in.
was like a big U.
So it was all eyes on her. Exactly. It was all eyes on her. So I just remember looking over and seeing this nigga smiling, like smiling. I'm like,
Just happy to get out the house.
you feel me? And I'm the type of person, it don't matter who you are, what ethnicity, especially in high school, I'm going to introduce myself. So I probably said, I don't remember exactly because my memory is a little hazy.
It was a long
Me
time
too,
ago.
me too.
And I smoked a lot of weed, a lot
too.
of drugs in high school,
some of that.
like a lot. But I just remember him smiling. And he said something to me, and he said something, and then he started talking to my homeboy Armand. Shout out AG.
What up?
Said something to the homie Armand, and from there it was over. And it was another girl in our class named Charisma.
I remember Charisma.
She was skinny as hell. She used to
As
have
hell.
bony.
Shout out to skinny girls. I
I
love
think you
skinny
was
girls.
sitting next to her.
Jack
or-
Skellington.
Was you sitting next to Candy?
So this was Lakewood High School?
Yeah, this was
might
Lakewood High
it
School.
might have been Charisma or Candy. I don't know. I was just in such a culture shock that I was just so secluded. I didn't get my ears pierced till my sophomore year. That's
Yeah,
when
you
I started
did.
feeling myself.
Yeah, he was hella pretty. I remember that. He was hella
After
pretty.
that, I was like, oh, I'm feeling myself.
Yeah, he really was. And then he was playing football at that, so he was already winning. You feel me?
It was out here,
already
but yeah,
winning.
this my boy Kevin, bro. He's always been cool from the jump, straight from the
Always.
jump. Always been a solid ass dude, man.
Always.
I love
We
it. I
always
love
been
it.
solid,
cool.
bro.
I love
Glad
that.
to have you on the pod, my man.
I love that. Now, since it's your first time here, also, you obviously the connection is with you and Jeff. But tell the people out there, like, what do you specialize? What's your gift? What's your talent that God bless you with?
I am a music artist. I'm specialized in lyricism. You feel me? That's my key point. That's what I go so hard in. You know, most people got a nice flow. They can switch up they work. You know, like, you feel me? Like, I'm not really one of them. You feel me? I'm more of I focus on my lyrics and the message that I'm sending in my music. And I like to embellish my life. You feel me? Like it's already a dope life, but I feel like being a lyricist, it's about embellishing whatever you do. Like I'm not a big person who specialize on rapping about guns and shit like that. You listen to my music, you barely will hear. If I say a gun reference, it's either I got it or don't make me use it. But I'm not gonna rap about killing people because you feel me? That's not the message that I want to have my daughter hear some years from now when she listens back to my music.
Yeah.
It's gonna be about what I did, who I am, what I'm doing at the moment, fucking with some female.
Real life shit.
You feel me? What clothes I'm wearing? I'm big on that.
So,
I'm a
so
stylist.
no ghostwriter in your raps.
Oh, never.
You write everything.
I write everything. Every bar you hear is me. Ain't nobody pay for my studio time. Ain't nobody pay for my videos. Nothing. Every bar of lyricism you hear is from
So you're fully independent at this moment right now?
fully. Avenue Posse is the record label.
Shout out
You feel
Avenue
me?
Posse.
The LLC. You feel me? We doing big things. I'm trying to, right now being solo and independent. Like it's a couple of people that's from Avenue Posse, but nobody's really as serious about with the movement as I am. And, I can't blame them. You feel me? People want to jump on the bandwagon when they see it moving.
It's not as easy as it looks.
Man, bro.
From the
it's
ground
not.
up.
It looks easy on Instagram, right?
It do. Dropping the music videos, but it take a lot of hard work.
Because I got a record label too, the Let Out Records, and we're going heavy before the pandemic. The pandemic hit and it just sidetracked the whole thing.
People
It's
just
tough.
lost their job.
It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
And it's you. If you don't make it happen, nobody else is.
Nobody owes you shit.
Nobody owe you shit. Nobody ain't gonna get up and write your lyrics for you. Nobody's gonna go to the studio. Nobody's gonna make sure it sound good. Nobody's gonna get your engineer to mix it, then get it mastered, then
The
take
artwork.
Get your photo shoot for the album cover if you're gonna.
He knows
do
what he's
that.
talking about.
Oh, yeah, he do.
Or get it. Get somebody to make it. Then you gotta get your distribution, DistroKid, United Artists to get it out there on different platforms. And you gotta shoot music video. You gotta find somebody to shoot the music video for you and have it shot the way you want to. And then not only that, that's just one project.
That's it.
You feel me? That's one project.
You ever look back on your old music, like the old SoundCloud, like the old shit you used to put out, and just kind of fuck, damn, that's kind of cringe. But at the moment, that shit was fire.
Man, You have no fucking idea, bro. Like
crazy.
the shit I was rapping about back then. My name used to be Raw Dog. I don't know if you remember that.
Raw Dog.
Yeah, Raw Dog. Like
Like to do
with 2 G's for the nuts. You feel me? Like for real, bro. And like some of that music was appropriate at that time, like 2012, 2013. You know that.
Pre-Me Too.
Basically that SoundCloud underground, you could put out whatever you want.
Yeah.
You feel me? I was recording in my room and just dropping music like that. You feel me? I wasn't editing. I was leveling my shit to make it at least sound listenable to the viewers. But other than that, that was it. You feel me? Like I wasn't really invested in myself like that. But some of that music, some of it is still like.
It's kind of bangers though.
You feel me?
And
Some
you're
of
like-
it, it's like, nah, that's for the vault.
Well, because that wasn't even that like back then. That was I remember some of those old songs on like my first mixtape or two. Like I remember writing in my garage, like sitting in my cold ass garage with like a little fucking mini bottle of like Sailor Jerry's and like my bong and shit because I couldn't smoke in the house and my mom was in the house. And I remember writing like a couple songs like that, and it's just like. That was when it was like just pure like
hunger,
love for a gang, hunger. Yeah. Like you're just like, yo, I'm just writing this shit just to write this shit.
Starving artist, bro.
Yeah, and it's just like I love
artist.
that shit, and I'll always remember that. I still have to this day my first 2 mixtapes on a CD. I still have them in my room in a drawer. I still have
you
them.
made real copies, right?
I made real copies and would just pass them out to people. When I opened up for Nipsey Hussle, my homie Mondo and Vince.
You did, bro.
And Vince was like walking around on stage. They had backpacks, and they had backpacks full of like 50 CDs a piece, and they was just handing them to people. What today, like kids would be like, "See, what the fuck? What the fuck is a CD?"
And that's not even over like that's
And that's
barely
not
10
even that
years.
long ago.
That's 10 years ago.
If
damn
that,
near.
that's like maybe less than that. Like that was like probably like 8-7 years ago. Like that's not even that long ago. And they was just passing out CDs, and people were like, "Hell yeah!" So there's like Def Jeff, and it was literally just the CDR, like the blank CDR written with Def Jeff, Progress of a Mission, Still Progressing, just written on it in Sharpie. And I remember telling my sister to write the name on the thing because I have chicken scratch shitty handwriting. So I remember telling my sister to like, "Hey, can you write this shit on the CD so it looks professional?" But literally, it's just a silver CDR disc in like a fucking plastic blue case, and he just fucking hands it out that I got from like fucking Staples or some shit, Office Max or something like that.
But that shit's the hunger. You know who else I got a CD like that from? You ever heard of Geechee Gotti? The battle rapper. I got his first CD like that. I met him in Compton. His first CD was called No Studio, and they got literally a white dude in the studio with a big red sign whacked out. Like, but it's like, you feel me, the most generic shit ever, but look where he at now. You feel me? Like he's like one of the best battle rappers.
Yeah, he
from the
out
West.
there. That's all that
Exactly.
matters.
You feel me? And you just so subtle. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Drop Nipsey Hussle name. Like I opened up for Nipsey Hussle. You know? Like you motherfucker, what?
we talk about that all the time, and like he's told me the story two or three times. I'm like, no, I can't drop it. You gotta say it a better way.
Yeah, like bro,
I
just
just
open
say
That
it.
story is such a big story.
I
With
just
Nip
say
the
it 'cause
Crip,
in a way,
cuz.
I just say because in a way, like at that point, it was like in the OC, and that was when it was like club promoters and shit. And it's like, how many tickets can you sell? How many tickets can you sell? So
still like that,
I
believe it or
sold,
not,
yeah. So I sold the least amount of tickets. So I went up first. I went up first when people were still coming into the Yost Theater and shit. So I was up there just killing it. And like it's funny because they had just had like a Miss Hooters pageant or something. So the stage was a runway. So I remember like skipping up and down the runway, just rapping, doing my song, doing all this shit. But I just remember like, I'm so much better. And then everyone else came up after me. And like, you know, that's how you feel as like a rapper, as a musician. I was like, I'm so much better than them. But I genuinely, to my core, was like, I'm so much better than all of these people. And like, I could rap so much better than all these people, but they sold more tickets so they could go after me.
and they probably brought their people up. I've done some shit like that. The first time I performed, it was me, Mikey, James, and Keith, and like we performed our song, and like we had more people like yeah. But then this dude came on like 2 people after me, and like he brought all his family. Yeah. But they were up there promoting him, and it looked so dope.
Even though he wasn't the best, but he just had the vibe.
He had all them people there. And that makes it look better.
Makes it look so much better.
It's an image, especially looking back, looking at it from the stage, looking at them performing, people raising their hands to your music. You could be sitting up there saying so, la 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 bing, la 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 boom. It don't matter. You could be saying the dumbest shit. But as long as you got them people behind you, and that's what this game is now. And that's what I've been saying. Like, I ain't been consistent for that long, but I've been consistent. I didn't drop some music videos, and I still haven't got any recognition, and that's cool. You feel me? I'm not really so much tripping on being recognized by a bunch of niggas who I don't even really care about, to be honest with you. But it's still like when it comes to hard work, and they saying that you don't need talent, you need hard work. I'm like, that's bullshit. This LA rap scene.
So by the way, that hat's fire as fuck.
Good looking Tampa Bay, bro. I bought this motherfucker.
You don't give a fuck about the Devil Rays. Who's the third baseman?
I sure don't know. But I know the team.
But remember back in those days when you could just wear the hat just because it looked cool?
Man.
You just wear that shit.
No, the hat. No, fuck that. The hat game now is insane, bro.
It's too wild. It's
crazy.
Too wild.
They are charging $100.
Patches, designs, cuts. It's stupid.
My boy who I guess he sells like fucking fitted hats. He moved to Texas and shit. He sells like snapback, old throwback hats. He's like, oh, I found these old Eagle hats. I was like, oh, for sure. How much is that? He's like, $85. I was like, all right, well, that's cool. Sell it to somebody else.
You gonna give me a hand job, too,
yeah,
bro?
It's like sell it to somebody else because I ain't paying $85 for no motherfucking hat.
It's a hat store over here in the Linwood Watt Meet right here.
Plaza Mexico?
It's a hat store. Dope as fuck. But it ain't a hat in there under $80.
Yeah.
You ever get a tattoo at the Delamo swap meet?
Yeah. Actually, I got
this a random question.
The one of that?
It's my baby mama.
I thought I was about to say, is that Annabelle?
No, nigga. It's my baby mama. Yeah. Quality shit, too. I got my nose pierced there twice.
See, the piercings is cool.
Yeah, but come on, bro.
That's how you know. Okay.
It's not.
Usually,
it's not,
hand tattoos don't even last that long.
And it's not even.
They fade
did
quick.
It one time, and then the pandemic happened, so he couldn't go back over. Because when the pandemic happened, the swap meet closed down for like a year.
Yeah.
And then I see he got sick. He got sick. So when it opened, I'm still waiting for him to do it. And he told me he would though, because I got his number. He said he would go back over for the free because he remembers me.
During the pandemic, fucking Vince got a tattoo on his forearm at my house. Fucking Danny
Fuck
G.
Danny.
All right.
No,
you heard it here first.
I got
Why? What happened? What
Danny,
happened?
and I'm gonna say this live right now. You a hoe, cuz.
What do you owe
on
you?
my mama.
What do
That
you owe you?
nigga's man, bro. I gave him. It's not even about this. I didn't DM that nigga like over 10 times. Like respond to me. The nigga didn't ignore me every time. Cuz supposed to fill in my Compton shit. Supposed to shade in.
You paid in advance.
I mean, that's a lot to fill in, though.
It's
you
not
paid in
even-
advance.
I paid for it though.
Okay.
Bro, still ain't hit me up, ain't even responded. And it's not even about that. Fuck this. I get
principle.
I
It's
want
a
that nigga to
principle.
respond to me because he knows me.
Yeah.
You feel me? He ain't even had the dignity to say, "Oh, hey, I'm not tattooing right now," or "Nah, something." Hey, he just ignoring me.
You
Bro.
heard it here, Danny.
And you know,
gotta fill that
and he
shit
know
in.
why? Because I had to cancel on him, bro. I'm a single father, my nigga. I'm a single father, bro. Shit come up.
Yeah, talk about that, because you a great father.
I
Your
appreciate
daughter
that.
just got fucking student of the month.
Yeah, she did.
Like
Let's
you
give a round
out
of
here.
applause to Kennedy.
Let's give a round of applause to Kennedy. Hell yeah.
The motherfucking
My son's
badass.
12. He's never got student of the month.
He just
boy,
yelled at
12.
him for getting D's.
He got 2 D's and shit.
Hey, I'm waiting for them too, cause this motherfucker, as soon as she get older enough,
You waiting for your
it's
daughter
gonna
to get D's?
I know it's gonna happen.
That's
How old is she? How old is
crazy,
she?
bro.
She's 7.
Okay, yeah.
I
My
just know
son's
it's
in his
gonna
first
happen,
year of middle
bro.
school. As a man, you know that first year of middle school is a little different.
It really is.
But, you know, I try to put the pressure on, like, I don't care how weird it is, how different it is, how your body changing, you got to still focus on it. But deep down back in my head, I'm like, it was weird for me being 11, 12 years old as a man in this middle school shit when shit's changing. I know.
Especially now.
But as a dad, I got to keep putting that pressure.
But I feel like, so what's the difference between having a 7-year-old daughter and a 7-year-old son?
I don't have a 7-year-old daughter. I don't know.
No, but I mean, like, talk
You
about
asking from our perspective?
Yeah.
I can tell you like this. My daughter is very outgoing. She is very,
like her dad.
And her mom, like, it's crazy because she walks up on people who she doesn't know, introduce herself, will give random strangers a hug. You feel me? And it's all in the, it's all from a loving space.
Yeah,
but,
from a child, innocence of a child.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But she's non-judgmental. She accepts people for who they are. She's very smart, but then at the same time, my daughter is on the spectrum. She was diagnosed with being autistic, like of her.
so that's why she's smart.
You see,
She's smart.
she's super. She's too smart, to be honest.
She's
with
smarter than you, probably.
After her first year of kindergarten, around Christmas time, they told me that she was not responding well to the teacher and she wasn't following what the other students was, so they had to change her schools, and now she's in a class with students of her own speed. But now she's excelling in this class because she's doing too well. You feel me? Now it's like, okay, well, where is it? You feel me? And that's why it's like, it's kind of...
Even the people who go to school and try to figure that out, they don't even know what they're talking about.
And that's
dog.
the main...
You can't put everybody in a box, dog.
And that's what...
You don't even know what you're talking about. They just want an extra degree, get paid more. But what happens is typically people who are on the spectrum are really good at one thing.
Basically.
Drawing, music, expressing
whatever it is.
their individuality. You know, like people like us did bad in school. I'm assuming we all did bad in school because I did bad in school because what was I
did
good
decent.
at? Talking, expressing myself, maybe learning about music quickly. But in school, what do you want you? They want you to read, sit down, and shut the fuck up.
Basically.
And that's hard for me. I can't sit down and shut the fuck up for too long. You feel me?
But you always know those great teachers, because even off camera, I mean, it's because we had like classes together from freshman year to senior year. But like we talked about teachers that we remember.
Who was your favorite teacher?
My favorite teacher in high school,
Yeah.
probably Miss Orkin.
For real?
Yeah.
Mine was Mr. Humphreys.
Mr. Hunt. I never had him though, but I heard he was cool as
Mr.
fuck.
Humphreys.
Why?
He was the dude who inspired me to start writing. Like, I took his class serious because
He did English.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
challenged me to write better. And he didn't challenge me on no level like, oh, whoop-de-whoop, I bet you can't. He didn't challenge me as on a level like, yeah, you're a gang member. Because in high school, I was a gang member. You feel me? I was thugged out. He was like, yeah,
What's
you're
your
a
favorite
gang
baseball
member.
team? Seattle Mariners?
Huh?
Something like
yeah,
that?
yeah. You know.
But he's all like, but from your perspective,
Perspective.
you could bring a good perspective from this angle.
And he was like, it's easy to do that. You know you could do this. Can you do this, though?
Well, I was even
And
telling
as
him.
a kid, you like, well, yeah, motherfucker, I can. You feel me?
But why? Why, though?
Yeah, you feel me?
I had a similar thing with my English teacher or my like adult school or career teacher. They're like, hey, Moses, sit down real quick. I'm gonna ask you a question. I'm like, what's up? He goes, just assuming, like, by any chance, like, are you like a leader of a group somewhere where you're from? Like, are you the main guy? Like, you have these capabilities and personalities to lead a group. Like, are you the main? I'm like, you're asking me if I'm a gang leader? Like, is that what you're asking me? He goes, I'm like, why? He goes, well, just the way you change the room when you walk in and the way you educate yourself, everyone automatically gives you respect. I'm like, damn.
What?
I could have walked into that and I was like, no, you don't know nothing about me. Get the fuck away from me. And I moved the opposite way, you know? But I should have stepped into it.
I just remember, like, you know, like my boy Kevin's charismatic as fuck, and he's a presence to be known when he walks in a room. But like I was telling him off camera too, I remember like our freshman year, our teacher, our English teacher, who was kind of a prude, but also probably like a freak. Like,
more than likely.
Miss King. Miss King. If you know Miss King, she was sucking some dick. But she even told him, like, you know, like, you should be a stand-up. You should be an actor. You should be something because you so charismatic. And that's why, like, I always remember that, bro. Fucking 10, 15 years later, like, I still remember that shit. And I also remember that you were the first person to teach her. You and what'd you say her name was? Shauna.
She got the same last name as me. That's crazy.
You and Shauna taught her the word finna. Because I remember you were saying one time in class, you said, I'm finna do this. She said, finna? Finna? What is finna?
A middle-aged white woman in her 30s. Imagine her saying that. Karen before Karen.
Hey, King. I don't even know her first name. Probably Elizabeth or some shit.
Sharon.
Sharon. It's probably Sharon. She said, finna. Finna. That's not in the dictionary. What is finna? And even
an English major hearing this niggabotics and ebonics, and she was like, her whole world came apart for them 4 or 5 seconds. But when you actually broke down the word finna, I mean, it
makes sense.
Yeah, I'm finna go. I don't know who created the word,
but it makes sense. You know exactly
like,
what it means.
I'm not going to do it. I'm finna. I'm not like I'm
about to do it.
I'm in the process of handling it.
I'm finna do this shit.
Yeah. About just don't capture the essence.
It's just funny because it's just like those little shit like that you just always remember, just those dumbass, random, unnecessary memories that you just remember. And I just remember those, like shit like that, where I was just like, but also, you know, coming from this little Catholic 98% white school
and like
and going here,
rent too.
Yeah, and my freshman year, and I'm like,
doing rent.
I'm like, oh, this man pulled his dick out on some girl, and also like had our English teacher just like stuck, like what the fuck does finna mean? But I was like, Miss King, even I know what finna means. Like, I watch 106 and Park. Like, I know what the fuck's going on. But also, why did you try to fight Erno that one day?
Who's Arnold?
Jesus, we're bringing up some
the football dude.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta realize. So I've been in high school, middle school, elementary school. I was bigger than everybody.
Me too.
I was always taller.
Yeah, he was a big dude. He's still a big dude.
Yeah, Arnold was big. So, and you know, like it was basically an alpha male clashing.
Yeah. Battle of the Titans.
Yeah, I don't even remember where we were, but I do remember I was about to fight him.
I remember.
I do remember.
We was on the baseball field or something during practice, and like the dude that was on the football team, like the dude told Kevin, like, yo, and that's my boy too, and he was like, and I love him too, and he was like, get off my field, get off my field. And like I remember being stuck. I was like, bro, Kevin's my boy, Trevor, you're my boy. Like, I was like, this is gonna be bad.
Yeah.
I was like, this is like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Oh, Trevor.
But then Kevin don't back down from nobody, so he was just like, what the fuck is up out here? And I just remember like, oh God, I'm just gonna get in between this because I was like, I love both of you.
You broke it up?
Nothing happened. Nothing happened.
Oh. You know what I think it was too? Because if I was going to play football, I would have played linebacker, and that's the position he played, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he played linebacker. That was the position that I was gonna go for if I played football. And he played linebacker, so it was sort of like, okay, you know, like, motherfucker, I got to go through you.
I gotta prove to everybody that
he played JV freshman year, didn't he?
No, he played varsity his freshman year.
See, yeah, so I definitely would have did that shit. That motherfucker, yeah, not no varsity, hell nah, like.
And so yeah, my man,
he
shout
cool,
out Trevor, shout out
we
Erno.
cool now. I remember I ran into him,
but yeah, that was just some dumb shit. But
yeah,
another thing, like I was saying, that's just like another dumb random memory that I remember because I remember sitting here like, bruh, like fucking, I have 4 or 5 classes with Kevin. Like, that's my boy. And then Trevor is like, that's my boy. I play football with him. I love him too. And I just remember sitting here like my old Catholic school ass, like, guys, come on. Stop.
Where's Tofi at?
That's a different story.
Oh,
Yeah, it's a different story.
He be in the likes and he be in the comments, but I
don't
never
wanna
met
talk
him.
about
Tofi was my nigga because he
Yeah.
was like,
That was my
he
brother.
was the
that we had.
random, he was the most randomest person, and he was like soft spoken too, but he was cool. He
That
was
was-
the homie.
Yeah, that was my brother. And we had a little falling out. And yeah, I still love him to this day. I still have love for him.
Oh, falling out with a friend, huh?
Yeah.
What have you,
Nah, I'm not gonna
last
talk about
episode?
I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna talk about
Last
that.
week we had a question about like homie hopping, right, with girls. Yeah. So let's say you and Jeff are best friends or
Yeah,
whatever.
but Kevin is homie.
Hold on,
You
let me
haven't
finish.
homie
dog.
hopped.
Let me finish. Is it homie hopping if you're with a girl, you guys break up, and then Jeff ends up getting with her and smashing with her? Is that homie hopping, and is that acceptable? To me, it's not. If you're my homie, no matter if that's a girl I was just fucking, fuck it. Everybody can fuck. But if that was my lady at one point, for no matter how long a time, it should be already known that's off limits because that was my lady at one point. How do you feel about that?
All right, look, I've been in that position on both sides. So, with that said, coming from the school that I come from, if she choosing, that's it. But if you pursuing, if you're like
my homie.
yeah, if you're like, oh, I'm gonna go after her and pursue her and like be extra with it, that's a whole different. Like, it's like, why you being thirsty? Now, if she
Disrespectful.
come
It's
on
disrespectful.
But also, Mo has also said that he hasn't fucked a girl. Like, he hasn't fucked a girl and then fucked her friend later on. Even if they weren't dating or nothing. He was like, I was like, you've never fucked another girl's friend? Like some girl you were fucking.
I
Maybe
met
you
a
were
girl.
together.
Say I met a girl and she was my lady, and I
No,
broke.
no,
And then
that's
I broke
not
up.
the thing.
That's what I'm talking about.
No, but that when I asked you, because I was like, yo, so you've never fucked a girl and then fucked her friend? And then Mo said no. And I was like, well, that's you, because I've definitely done that.
To me, it's
I
a
know
no.
you've done that.
You've never done that. You never
To me,
fucked friends.
look, to me,
for moral reasons. Or
yeah,
just
morally,
just-
morally, if I was with that girl,
All of a sudden,
I'm all
you
about
gave
morals.
him that layup,
I'm all
Kevin.
about morals and ethics, dog. If I'm
You
with a
gave him
girl,
that layup.
I'm not gonna fuck her friend if she was my lady. If I'm fucking her, I met her at a club, fuck it, I'm gonna try to fuck her friend too. But if she was my girlfriend and we had that title, I'm not doing that. I'm not crossing the line. Just to me, it don't feel right.
you gotta respect that. I got
That's
a
not
homie
what it-
like,
that's
I got
not
a
what he
homie
said,
like
though.
this.
Everyone do what you gotta do, but to
Everybody
me,
got it.
it don't feel right.
It don't.
That's not what he
because
said, though, when we first talked about it. All
I
I
never
asked him was
fucked. I
like,
never fucked a girl and then fucked her friend. Right? That's what
There
you.
we go.
I've never done that. It don't feel right.
Yeah, it's more. It's wrong.
Morally
'cause
and ethically,
the
it's wrong.
The denominator y'all gonna have to talk about is her.
What if it turns out to the real thing and we get married?
He's only saying that it never felt right now. Last time when I asked him, he didn't say that part. He
Even
just said he never
even
fucked a
talking
girl
to her
and
wouldn't
fucked a
feel
friend.
right.
So I'm gonna tell y'all a story. Look, I got a homeboy right now. His name's Joseph. He in jail though. Schizophrenia. Whole nother story. But he was with this girl named Christiana. She went to Lakewood. You might know her. I'll show you a picture.
Sound familiar.
Yeah, they was together. Woo, woo, woo. From high school for a minute. Together. This nigga made a song about her.
Sheesh.
We get out of high school. Woo, woo, woo. She just hit me up like, yo, what's up? Like, let's kick it. Didn't plan on nothing. We just was gonna eat some Chick-fil-A. Went to Chick-fil-A, ate. Just like, okay, cool. Let's go to the mall. We went to the mall, walked around. Woo, woo, woo. She hit me up the next day. Cool. I'm gonna go see my grandma. I'm not doing nothing. Let's go. Boom. We go see her grandma. Woo, woo, woo. Went to work. Where you at? I'm at work. Woo, woo, woo. Now, I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm the whole time trying to get my homie to fuck her. Even though my homie's in a whole nother relationship and it's known, I'm still like, my boy still like, I'm like, y'all still fuck
Didn't
with
think
her.
nothing
Yeah.
of it.
You feel me? I'm like,
Yeah.
my boy still love you. Fuck her. You feel me? Blase, blase. So the day she come to my job, my homies is there. Woo, woo. My homies like, this you? And I'm like, nah. One of my homies trying to get at her. Don't work. Woo, woo, woo. She leave. She leave. Drive off. And she like, I didn't really want to leave. I'm like, what do you mean? She like, kind of like you. And I'm like, well, you know, it'll never be that. I will never get in a relationship.
Why?
Because
that's the homies.
As the homie was with her
First.
Yeah, but I did put her.
Eventually.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Did
I put her.
But did you marry her and wife her up?
I would never.
Right. You know, a little sneaky link on the side, but like ended up like being in love with a girl that was with your homie.
But I can understand how people would. And to be mature at this age is to accept that. Like, just because it didn't work with
10
you,
years later, 7 years later, okay, fine. But it's been like a year or two, 3 years, 4 years. Kind of fresh. It's gonna feel weird. What if one of your best homies ended up with your baby mama? How you gonna feel about that? It gonna bother you, dog. You're a man. Men are territorial.
Yeah, it would bother me.
It's gonna bother you a little bit.
It depends on which homie.
One of your dogs. The real homies.
Well, like,
you can't hear your mic? Talk to it.
But it depends.
You're good.
Yeah.
It depends on the homie. Like
100%.
Like
you an
I ain't gonna lie, if
acquaintance
Def
or you
Jam
my
for
homie?
would have be hit my baby mama, I would probably like get some pussy. I swear to God. He's my nigga, and I know him. You feel me? And I know him. I got love for. I love this man. But at this age and day, I'd be like, people meet
because there could be worse stepdaddies, and you know him. He's a good guy.
Exactly. You feel me?
But what if it was a guy that wasn't a good guy like Jeff? It was a bad guy. Your homie who was a slimy, dirty guy.
It would have to be my friend who's like my everydayer.
Like little brother.
Yeah,
like my Vince.
Basically, like you and Vince. Like,
it's wrong, right?
You feel me? Like, because he know all the shit that y'all done been through. Everything, the ups and downs. He done seen everything. And for him to get what he'd be like.
He's agreeing with me. It's wrong.
No, that's not what you said. But anyway.
It's wrong for one of your best friends to smash your ex.
That's not what we're saying. But anyway, isn't it crazy how when you get older, how much like look at yourself your senior year.
Oh, totally different.
Bro, like when you get older and you look back on it, especially now because you have a daughter. So you can just have a different perspective on shit. Bro, you got your Crocs in sports mode. Like you ready to go. But isn't it just crazy like when you look back on it, like now that you're older and like why you're like, God damn, I was a fucking idiot.
I was stupid.
But that's also, in a weird way, what makes you now.
Bro.
From that old dumb shit, all the experiences you went through, like that makes who you are now. And it's like you couldn't be who you are now without that dumb shit.
But I see what you're saying, but I could have done with that dumb shit I was doing back then. I'll be better off because when I got my strike and my felony, I had just turned 18. I turned 18 in April, and by May, I caught a fucking felony, a strike, and a case. And I was like,
it
bro,
for a physical?
211, you know, unarmed.
But you could have done without that. You didn't.
I could have.
That. And I mean, like
that little
I'm
3 months.
Talking, I never caught a felony.
I caught it in the summertime when I was out of school, summertime out here, you know, doing my shit. Yeah. If I would just would have applied myself to do something else, my whole life would be different right now. All of my jobs I've gotten because they don't do background checks.
Yeah. You know somebody, huh?
But it's also just like it, like
that
part
can
without
be expunged.
I just recently there's a new law that just passed.
Well,
I can vote now.
Without like that part,
I ain't gonna vote, but I could.
Without like the felony part and shit, it's just as far as like now when you're white. Because when we was like 17 and shit, you're looking at a 30, 31, 32, 33-year-old. You're like, you're old as fuck. Shut the fuck up. You don't know anything.
Basically.
But now we can like look back, and that's why I fuck with Vince because he's coaching over at Lakewood. So it's
him
to the
and Justin are coaching?
Yeah, and Justin's the head coach. But now it's just like you can look at those kids and just be like, hey, man, like, I did all this shit. Everything you thinking about right now, everything you're doing, like, it's cool. You can do all that, but let me help you. Let me show you. If you want to listen to me and, like, heed my advice, then it's cool. And especially it's like, you know, like, I hang out around there sometimes, and it's just like, it's cool, but like I just see like these little kids, like these little 16-year-old kids, and like they think they grown, they think they know everything, they think they know all this shit. And I'm just
we though,
bro, and I'm like, we know.
I wasn't
way
listening to
more
nobody in
than
high
them,
school.
Bro,
I had coaches, family
But we
members,
know
steals,
way more than they do.
trying to guide me on the right way. And all I wanted to do was do the exact opposite, dog.
Yeah, and
It
you're
just-
like, fuck
It was
you.
just way cooler, and it felt way more like, you know?
to smoke with.
But
just
in
do
your
the
mind,
opposite, dog.
in your
and
mind,
fuck
you like
bitches
you gotta let
and
them.
sell drugs.
You gotta let them make those
Obviously,
mistakes and make
obviously
those
now
choices.
looking back on it, I fucked up. I should have listened. But back then, all I wanted to do was the opposite.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's funny now that you're older and we're not
You
even
can
that
look-
old.
yeah.
We're like hitting our prime. We're like in our prime right now. So
Basically.
like when you talk to those kids, you're like, fuck, you're not gonna listen to a word I say. I'm gonna like talk to you and tell you this shit, but you're not gonna listen. Just like I wouldn't listen when I was a fucking junior, senior in high school. I'd be like, fucking fuck you.
Before I went to
And when I got arrested, I went to jail in Linwood, and then I got arrested in Lakewood. I got arrested literally for fucking what's the shit when you
jaywalking,
no standing in front when a bunch
Loitering?
of loitering, and
You got arrested for loitering?
in Lakewood and it's crazy about it.
those sheriffs out there don't fuck around.
No, it was just because we were
They
shooting
got
a
nothing
music
else to
video.
do?
We were exactly. They didn't have shit else to do. We were shooting a music video, and what's crazy about it, I could have. It was like 5 of us. I could have just said
I have nothing
we
to do
all
with this.
and we all go to jail, and all of us would have went to jail. And I should have did that shit.
But you're like, no, it's me.
In hindsight,
I was like,
yeah.
nah. It's
As a stand-up man.
Yeah, exactly. And
You're
then,
thinking it's the right thing to do.
motherfucker, not one
It
of
was
them
like-
motherfuckers to this day.
They was like, yeah, it was him.
When it's your birthday, when it's your baby shower, when it's something to go like,
None of that.
this fool looked out for me. This fool,
None of that.
I've showed up at fights where I had nothing to do with back in those days, and I cleaned out. I cleaned rim. You're undefeated. No one touched you, but I came in with my
You
homies
licked booty?
and cleaned out. You know, like I put everybody on the ground, and then like when it's my
Clean rim.
birthday, the guy that knows that I fucking came out here with my fucking little army to help you out, I can't even get a happy birthday. I can't even get a like on my message. I can't even get a like on my story. Like, bro, you don't remember when I was your big homie and I came to do your thing and I helped you out and you didn't have to get no fucking blood on your knuckles and I did that for you. And then I can't get a like, a homie, or like, hey, what's up, happy birthday? People love to fucking forget when you
know
hook them
who-
out.
You know who that remind me of?
Huh.
Octavius.
Damn.
I'll tell you this story right now. Lakewood
Tate?
High, 16 years old. We walking to the bus stop. Some dudes try to pull up on him and rob him. I don't know what happened with their little altercation, but he ended up coming across the street with us. He like, they just tried to rob me. Okay,
And
cuz.
as a good guy, what do?
I'm like, come over here with us, cuz.
I got you.
Now this part after that was gonna happen. They may not have done what they did because of what I did, but I know it was gonna escalate. They was
Eventually.
gonna try to rob us either way, because that's what they were on back then. You feel me? So they pull up in the street as we at the bus stop, and they pull up in a line with the sidewalk, and one of them flashed a gun. I'm like, nigga, well, is you gonna shoot or not? So the motherfucker like, what? We start talking to ourselves, and then they bust a bitch in the street. They throw up their gang. Woo. Just so by happen, they are an enemy of my hood. So I'm like, fuck y'all hood.
Now I'm
And
involved.
then they didn't hear it. So I walk a little closer. I'm like, fuck y'all hood. But I actually say they hood. But I'm not going to do that because we don't hear.
Right.
One of the little black motherfuckers hopped out from the back passenger seat. Woo. Pulled out a gun. I'm like, oh shit, nigga, he really got a gun. That's
a real gun.
It's that last house before you get to that main, that
You were saying what? The 101, the
Candlewood?
91?
The 101. Yeah,
101.
Candlewood or
think
South?
it's- No. What's that?
By the mall?
Centralia? Harvey?
Is that Bellflower?
By the 91?
No, by Lakewood.
105.
Like Bellflower and Centralia or Bellflower and Harvey?
Yeah, it's like the bus came down Harvey,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And okay, so it's that last house right there. He get out. I turn around, mind I ask you, nobody there. It was a bunch of kids about to take the bus, but so that motherfucker hopped out, everybody was gone. So boom, the dude shoot like 3 times, but I'm not that far in front of him.
Oh,
where
so he
could-
actually like let
Yo,
go.
he let go. They brought me in the office the next day, talked about it because somebody complained. You know, it was gunfire.
Yeah, it's Lakewood.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So they brought me in the office the next day. Nancy and Deputy Dakota,
Nancy.
man, bro, and they asked me to point him out. I don't know who this nigga was. I ain't trying to snitch, but something had happened with Octavius. I was either saying what's up to somebody and he ignored me.
After that?
Yes. Like he ignored me. Like he looked me dead, dead in my eyes and ignored me. I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
You all could have been avoided.
Yeah.
Because if they would have just robbed him right there, they would have took off.
This would have dipped out. It would have been nothing. And now you involved in this shit. Damn.
That's why I'm always like, yeah, forever fuck you. Because I almost died. Like, literally, bro. Like, he let off on me. Like, because, mind you,
He shot you?
When he got out the car, I'm thinking he's trying to fight.
So he squared up.
So I'm walking up to him to whoop his ass.
Yeah.
And then he pulls out a gun. And I'm like, oh, shit.
I can't stop no bullets with my hands.
Yeah. So I'm walking back and I'm like, I'm about to get shot. And I'm like bracing myself to get shot in my leg or my arm. And all I hear, boom, 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 boom. Oh, my bad. Boom, 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 boom. And the brick wall might still have the bullets in them. But I know for sure the next day they had them on. And then we got on the bus. Everybody came out. We all got on the bus.
I always admired that shit, but I always knew I was too pussy to ever live that life. And I was like, that's like one thing that I was just like, anytime someone about that life, I'm like, I'm not about that life whatsoever. I went to jail one time for a DUI. And like, in that DUI, I was like, I never, ever.
Hey, jail's
I was
scary,
like,
dog.
I never want to
I'm
come
on.
I don't
back
care who
here.
you are, how big and tough you are, dog. When I was 18, I was a big, like kind of hefty ass guy, like ready for war or whatever. I went to like Southgate fucking the holding tanks right here, and I was like, damn, they don't give you no food, no water. They scream at you, they yell at you. They fucking call your parents. They tell your parents what's going on. Like, hey, make this fool snitch. Make this fool snitch. He's bad. He's doing bad. My mom calls me like, they told me you're acting up in there. You're causing riots. I'm like, Mom, I'm in a 3-man cell right there. There's nobody in here. There's no riots going on. And whatever, they turn against you. They use every tactic to break you.
Yeah.
Even taking your picture and shit. But then you get down to the county and
I
shit.
had a homie recently who sells some of that good stuff. And he asked me, he was like, oh, yeah, like, I could put you on if you want to sell it. Like, you can sell it too. And I've been watching Snowfall. I know Franklin and all that shit. And I was just like,
I seen Scarface.
I was like, nah, I'm good. He was like, nah, but you'll be. I was like, I'm good. And he was like,
not
nah,
worth
like
it,
you
dog.
can
It's not
do
worth
it. And
it.
I was like, nah, because at the end of the day, like,
Thank you.
if I'm doing that shit, like, let me get some. I was like, at the end of the day, I was like, nah, like, I don't want to do that because if I get caught, like, it's not that I wouldn't last. I'm like, it's not that I wouldn't last in jail. It's just like I don't want to find that out. And he was like, nah, you'll be good. He was like, you might have to fight a couple people, but he's like, you'll be good. And I was like, that's cool. I don't want to find out. Like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
I fucked around and found out once.
I'm good being a pussy.
When
Like,
I was
if you
18,
want to call me
dog.
a pussy or a bitch for that shit, I'm like, I'm cool with that.
It's too wild in there. It's a jungle.
And you got to realize, no matter what, bro, no matter what you are, when you go in there, you are an individual. You don't have nothing to nobody. Like, you can be in a gang, but even if you're in a gang,
And the biggest one.
you're still an individual at the end of the day.
All of your rights, everything's strict.
They can fuck you over. They can lie on you, say you a snitch.
You'll never get out.
Bro, you could be the toughest motherfucker.
Like this.
It ain't no guns. It's motherfuckers in there
It's just hands.
working out to fuck niggas in the ass all night.
They
Like,
can't
that's
wait.
What they do.
I like
Just to get
you,
strong
and
enough.
I want you.
It was a story back in the day of a nigga in the county jail who was knocking motherfuckers out, fucking them in the ass.
The booty warrior.
And no, out here.
Oh,
he was
something
knocking
different?
motherfuckers out, fucking them in the ass, and leaving Snickers on their chest.
Damn. That's
Imagine
cold-blooded.
that.
Imagine getting your ass whooped, getting your ass
Fucked,
fucked,
and then waking
you
up
get
with a Snickers on.
I mean, at least he left like a little present for you.
It's like that's what it's for. When you wake up, Eat the Snickers. You're my bitch now.
Another number.
forget
You're
everything.
a victim on my list.
See, that's what
Anyways, let's move on past this shit.
never-
We've been
Yeah.
on this
But on
shit for
top of
like
that,
Hey, no,
way
for
too
real.
many minutes,
'Cause
dog.
the last time I went to jail, I watched that You Scared straight through. And the next day I woke up and I went to jail. No lie, swear to God. No lie, it was the creepiest shit ever.
Like you summoned it, you summoned it
Summoned
into
it
your body.
basically.
Like you
I-
wanted the energy, and you're like, you know, you gotta be careful what you listen to. You gotta be careful what you watch because that shit will end up
That's
being
why I'm
right
so
here.
critical on my raps, bro.
Me too, dog.
Because you put that energy out there.
And it'll come
all
true.
that rapping about killing and shit, all that shit you rap about,
Come
you
back
done,
to you.
it really do. Look at him.
All right. How do you feel about Logan Paul?
That motherfucker's amazing.
Hey,
Nice.
that top rope, the top rope, little fucking.
With the black dude, I can't think of his name.
That was the craziest move I've seen in 20 years.
No, what's his fucking name? Damn, I can't think of his name. But
When they clothesline each other.
Exactly, yeah, the little other dude. He's dope too. He's really dope. Like,
Me and him getting arguments about like, yeah, Logan Paul did that because it was one of his, it was one of his goals to be in WWE. But I'm telling him like, he's not gonna be a main wrestler and be out there sacrificing his body all the time. He's gonna show up once in a while to do a couple matches, get that bag and bounce.
like
he'll
Brock
be out
Lesnar. Yeah, he gonna
Yeah,
be
like that.
He gonna be like Brock Lesnar now.
Ain't gonna be full time.
Because you know he's getting a bag.
Bro.
Hey, you know,
A couple milli at least.
Because you know who still watches
2 to
it a
3.
lot? Vince watches
Oh
that
yeah,
shit a
Vince.
lot.
Me and Vince be sending each other little like clips and shit. Yeah,
And
I'm
and
trying to go to WrestleMania.
Bro, I'll be down. He already got tickets for him and
He
his sister,
did.
and I'm like, I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, I'm jealous
Over at
too.
SoFi, I'm like, that's I'm
because
kinda-
I was thinking about it last time. I thought about it like 2 weeks ago. Like, damn, it's actually gonna be out here. And last time it was out here, that motherfucker went.
But it's crazy too because they got 2 days now.
Yeah, it's not just one.
Yeah,
it's
now it's 2
Saturday and
days of
Sunday.
WrestleMania. But also, so what he was talking about was he said Stone Cold said put some shit on his Instagram or whatever, where he was like getting in shape, and he was saying this because he was fat. But bro, because he headlined last year's WrestleMania,
with
Stone
Kevin
Cold
Owens.
did. But once you hear that glass shatter, is there any better other than maybe the Undertaker's like doom? Is there any better like
Walk up song.
intro, like walk down the ramp music
Oh,
than
you
Stone
didn't
Cold?
know?
There's a lot.
Your
There's a lot.
ass better call
But,
somebody.
but just that glass shattering.
That's
bro.
a good one. But number one of all time, I gotta give it to Stone Cold, dog.
When you hear that glass shatter,
Yeah,
Like-
I mean, number one, yeah. But personal favorite, I'm sorry. My personal favorite fucking theme song of all time
because
is
even Hurricane had a sick ass one.
Rob Van Dam.
What's wrong with Dams?
One of a kind. Dun, dun, dun. Like, that shit used to get me so fucking hype when I was a kid. Like, that motherfucker and Kurt Angle.
I feel it. But you know which one used to scare me? Y2K Jericho.
Yeah, that.
When
was
you go
scared.
through that little shit,
Because it
when
was
you go through that little,
1999,
like-
and then in the news, they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh, the world's gonna end."
Y2K.
I was like, "Oh my god, I'm scared." Even the wrestling's being affected. We're all gonna die, and then this song will come on like Y2K. I believed it, dog. I was 10 years old. I believed that shit.
Did you ever have that old CD with all the
W-
entrances to it?
WWE
the
Raw.
rocks?
WWE
It
Raw.
had this pie.
Yeah, I know.
that
It was
pie
the
song.
rock with the glasses on with the
Yeah,
pie. Yeah,
and they
yeah.
had the pie
The
song.
anthem. Yeah, I know exactly what
And
you're
it was
talking
like, I'm an ass man. And then it
I'm
was,
a
stay in the
ass
back.
man.
There's a hurricane
Coming
coming through.
through.
And then like all that shit. Bro, like
You
back
know
in that
what's
Attitude
crazy?
era, bro.
It's a
about. Is he was
whole
pissed
train.
off that he had to have that gimmick. He thought he was set up to fail.
Who?
Because, Hurricane. Sean
Hurricane?
He said when he came to WWE, because he was in WCW before, and
he bought that shit out.
He had a dope ass gimmick too. Like they were some boy band in the early 2000s.
Well, just like your shirt, like bro,
Bro,
Goldberg
come
was
on,
like
bro.
one of the only him and like Sting were like one of the only WCWs that worked out in the
Exactly.
WWE or
Yeah.
WWF.
And
Yeah,
they
Sting,
didn't
Goldberg.
even really work out, to be honest with you.
Nah, not really.
Only
because
in the beginning.
Yeah.
because the WWF probably looked at them like a redheaded stepchild.
Yeah,
It was like,
you
nah,
weren't built
fuck
here.
you. Yeah.
Every WCW wrestler that came to WWF when that merger happened lost to Triple H. Triple H
Yeah.
beat
Bro.
everyone.
Hey, Triple H was that dude back in
Triple
the day,
H
though.
is that motherfucker.
That's when I started liking wrestling. Right at the end of DX, and then when Triple H like blew up, That's
and
when I was
the Rock and him start fight. Those were the
That's
two.
my era.
Yeah, that's when I watched it until like right when Eddie Guerrero died. Like right when
Same.
Eddie Guerrero died, I stopped watching.
I don't remember John Cena. I don't remember.
I
what's the
remember
other
John
fool?
Cena and
Bautista.
shit. But
I don't do Bautista.
You know what's sad and it'll never happen because of what he did is like
Chris Benoit.
I was still there when
Chris
that happened.
Benoit, like
I was
as far as
confused.
him being like in the Hall of Fame and shit, and like wrestling wise, he should, but like
Yeah,
the shit he
off the
did
court,
is not.
off the court, out the ring.
You ever watch that Beyond the Mat shit?
Yeah, I watched a couple of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Especially
the
on
one
like,
of him. Yeah.
especially like
There's
when
no-
Eddie
there's no
Guerrero
defen- there's
died
no
and then Chris
defending that
Benoit
shit.
just like
You
fucking
could kind of
went south.
defend Eddie Guerrero, right? You could kind of defend
Well,
what
Eddie
he
Guerrero
did.
really did no,
But Chris Benoit, you just can't defend it. Dog.
Nah,
Took out his baby mama
bro,
and his
on my
kid.
mama, somebody killed Chris Benoit.
You think so?
I know
Nah,
so.
he did that
Bro,
shit.
I know so.
It's hard.
Nah,
This is the
that
first time I
shit.
hear this.
You want to? All right, look. It's some YouTube.
break it down.
It's some YouTube documentaries out there that I didn't see. Do you know that the day that he died, before it happened, somebody got on Wikipedia and said that he had died hours before it was announced?
No, but that's weird.
You can Google it right now.
That's
and
weird.
they got
died.
no.
And because I remember when they did that, they had like a
Yes,
whole,
bro.
like a whole
hours before
everyone
he
come out.
died,
That's
a
weird.
white kid, or they say it was a white kid.
They called it out.
Yeah, because they got him and made him come to light with it. But hours before he was announced he was dead, somebody put on Wikipedia that he had died.
Well,
Hours before it was
so
announced.
for one thing, we know Chris Benoit was on steroids, and for two,
Everybody was on steroids.
but Chris Benoit was on steroids.
Because he was, you got to
But-
remember, he wasn't that big. He
For
was like,
two-
he was
for-
shorter. He was
but-
probably like
Yeah.
5'7".
Yeah, that motherfucker was
5'7",
suplexing everybody.
yeah.
But everybody was on
But
steroids.
also for two, his finishing move was headbutting someone off the turnbuckle.
Oh, CT.
Other than the crippler
Concussions
crossface,
and CTs.
like that motherfucker's finishing move was jumping off the turnbuckle and headbutting somebody.
Yeah.
Like he
now,
was
now
not
that you
right
say
in
that,
the
I
head.
remember that. Like, okay.
But a couple of motherfuckers do that headbutt, bro.
Not like that. He jumped
I was-
off the turnbuckle.
Yeah.
Who else
but,
doing a headbutt like that?
Not a headbutt like that. It was very few. It was only the Dynamite Kid.
Now that you bring it up,
and,
that CT shit is like different.
Another old ass
Yeah.
wrestler.
Chris Benoit was just not
But,
right in the head.
It's
and
too
plus he
many
lost.
shit surrounding the case. Like if you really ever one day just want to look at that case and look at all this shit on the internet. That
But he also lost Eddie Guerrero before he did that shit. And Eddie Guerrero was his best friend.
he
Like that
was hurt from
WrestleMania
it.
moment where Chris Benoit finally won the
WrestleMania
belt.
20, bro.
Him and Eddie Guerrero
And they
fucking
hugged.
hugging
That's
and loving.
the best WrestleMania moment.
If
ever.
I was on steroids,
Ever.
and I've been on steroids for 20
Ever. I
years,
don't care
and,
what nobody say.
and then the homie gets
Man,
the
that shit
belt.
was sick.
The homie gets the belt, and then I get a belt, and then I start fucking China, and then she kills herself, and then we're all doing hella drugs. Like, all that shit just adds up to each other.
Even to this day, if I see that video or that clip of Chris Benoit pinning, I forgot
Triple H,
whoever the fuck it
making
was, a
Triple
Triple
H
H
tap out.
and he made him tap out, and like Chris Benoit wins it, and Eddie Guerrero comes out to the ring, and they hug.
I
That
cry.
shit still makes me almost want to cry.
I could say it word for word. This sold out crowd at Madison Square Garden has erupted. Chris Benoit's 18-year odyssey has culminated
The
in
heavyweight
World
champion
Heavyweight
of the world.
Championship gold, bro. That is word for word what JR said, bro. You can Google it, bro.
Hey,
That
JR
shit
has to
gave
be-
me- It
JR
give me goosebumps to this day to see it because you feel me? Like
I see it.
watching wrestling from the time you talking about from 2000s, 99 up until that point, you would have never thought that you would have never thought Chris
The best was
Benoit.
an intercontinental, a tag team. That was the highest they can go.
Continental champion, and then he finally won.
That was it.
And
that
then,
was
and then
what
it skips up to the top. It's wild.
because they weren't built like The Rock. They weren't built like Triple H. They weren't built like Stone Cold. They were known as the Vanilla Midgets.
Yeah.
Him,
Just
Eddie,
putting in work.
Dean Malenko, and Perry Saturn, Chris Jericho. They
Scotty
were
Too
known-
Hottie. They were just the Hardy Boys. They were just good at wrestling, but they weren't good on the mic.
But
They-
that was the old days, too,
exactly.
where, like Randy Orton and John Cena was just the up and comers.
I didn't make it to that era. I didn't make it to that era.
You didn't make it to the John Cena like fucking
Spinner
championship.
belt. That's
No
why I
John
stopped.
Cena, no RKO.
You know why I stopped watching it? Because JBL won the title. When JBL,
fuck
I was
JBL.
like, what the fuck is this bullshit? This nigga was just drinking beer a year ago, and now this nigga the champion. I'll turn this shit off. But then come to find out, JBL's was like a good ass.
He was that dude.
He was a good ass heel. Like if you watch some of his, they got a skit where he's like in the middle of the desert and some Mexicans are trying to like cross the border, and he's come up with the laugh. He was like, "Get out of here, you illegal immigrant!" Woo, 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 kicking them in the like. They went all out.
They used to have the iron.
Like
they used to have the Iron
out.
Sheik. Fucking what was his name? Captain something. Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah.
Sergeant Slaughter. Fucking the Iron Sheik, bro. They used to do all that.
Yeah.
Tajiri.
That's wild.
Tajiri with his little
Asian,
fucking when
yeah,
he would spin on them shit.
They took advantage of culture. Wrestling is racist as fuck.
But it's so
But
great.
it was like we would accept it as a Mexican. Like Eddie Guerrero will pull up on a lowrider.
That shit
I was
is
like,
culture,
that's
though.
tight.
Yeah,
that's
that's
tight.
culture.
619 Mysterio will show up with a Mexican flag and do lucha libre shit. I'm like, that's valid. That's valid.
Yeah, because that's really the culture. You
I'm
know
like,
what I mean?
they're doing
But
this right.
They capitalized.
There is no,
on
there is
that.
no like, there's no what is it called, like sensitivity to like
Yeah,
exploiting the
exactly.
culture.
It wasn't. There was like, and that's why Eddie Guerrero won a title because the Latino community in the early 2000s.
We're riding or dying.
Y'all were
I lie,
coming.
I cheat, I steal.
Y'all were
I was all
coming
like,
up.
fuck it, we're riding with
You
them.
feel me? Around that time when the Latino community, I mean, I was always here, but
We
y'all
have our parents have always been quiet, our grandparents, because they don't got no papers. But us that were born here, we're like, oh, now we could be loud. We're born here. You can't
Exactly.
deport us.
And
Let's
then
be
that-
loud.
And that shit was coming up, and they exploited.
We got
that.
money.
That's why SmackDown was on Channel 13 and Raw
Was on
cable.
And WWE USA Network.
Because 13 was for the niggas and Mexicans,
Yeah, the cheap shit.
and the cable was for the white dudes on Raw. I swear to God, bro.
At one point,
They
I was like, I
broke
love
demographics
SmackDown way
down
more
like
than
I
that.
never got to like SmackDown. Yeah, it was definitely like more because I never got to watch
All the
Raw.
hood, the Godfather, Dudley Boys.
My bedtime at the time was 8:30, so Raw would always come on at 9:00.
Exactly.
And so I never got to watch Raw unless I snuck it in my room. So like I was always a big SmackDown guy. Then when they had that draft of everything of like, remember when they would like draft the people
Yeah,
fucking
exactly,
to SmackDown
from
or Raw and all
yeah.
that shit.
And
Yeah,
Batista
like-
went to SmackDown.
Yeah, I
And
never
John
got to
Cena.
watch Raw, but yeah. And also on Channel 13 on UPN, shout out fucking UPN. What was
Man.
that? 101 with Flex Michaels or whatever?
Oh, Oh,
with
man.
that girl,
Parkers,
that girl
the
from
Parkers,
that girl from the
girlfriends.
Prudies.
Harvey Show.
Girlfriends.
What is Ace's daughter? Was that girl that
Brianna.
beautiful young fucking
Brianna.
lady? And she was part of the Proud family eventually.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't know her.
I had a crush.
Kyla
I was
Pratt.
like 11.
Kyla Pratt.
I had a crush on her so heavy, dog.
Yeah, she
I was like,
fine
you know what?
as fuck.
I think
She's
I like
still
black
fine,
girls.
yeah.
I think I like black girls, dog.
She just
Do
had a
y'all-
baby.
do you
She
date
was
black
beautiful.
girls? You date black girls?
I fucked black girls, but I never dated one.
Oh,
But I got cousins who are black.
that sounds so wrong. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah, I don't.
I never dated them.
The last
You fuck Mexican girls?
Mexican girl I've had a relationship with, I was 19, and
Damn.
she was married with 3 kids.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, she just wanted some black dick, and then she ended up falling in love with me, and trying.
She wanted to put you on a construction site and make her pay your
She
bills.
was trying to divorce
Convince
her
you.
husband.
And make you the new husband.
What's the biggest age difference that you fucked?
When I was
You interrupted a good
21,
story, but fuck it, let it go.
When I was 21, I was fucking a 40-year-old.
When I was 17, I was fucking a 37-year-old.
I was 19, fucking 35.
When I was like, I'm about to get locked up.
So we all in the same realm.
Yeah.
But that was the
this
last
bitch
time.
was paying my bills. I used to lie to this bitch. I used to be like, I used to tell her I'm an emo. I used to be like, I'm emo. Like, I don't have no friends. And I don't do nothing. I'm poor.
sad.
So she would pay my bills.
Haven't you people ever heard
She would
of?
pay my bills. She would fuck me, leave me alone. She had a son.
And she'll
that was
feed you.
15. She would take me out. We would go to eat, and I'd be like, I don't really have no friends.
You started kicking in with her little son, like we can
Man,
homies.
bro, we used to play PS4.
Love those same games.
We used to play he taught me how to play Call of Duty real good. That's how I know how to play Call of Duty real good. And then one time I got with my baby mama, I just disappeared from her. She still don't know what happened to me. And that was like,
Well, now she knows.
if she see this. But that was like 8 years ago. Wait, how long has it been? 2014?
Yeah,
Like 9 years, yeah. I just
Almost 10,
disappeared.
almost 10. Yeah, 9
I
years.
just really disappeared from that bitch. Like, I know she probably either think I committed suicide or she think I just like moved away. What about you?
Oh, me? The girl I was dating when I was like 19 to like 23, 24. She's always, to this day.
4 years?
I've said it before. Like 4 or 5 years. She was like
God
the
damn.
one that got away, but like, it was just like right place, wrong time type shit.
It was you. It was you. It was
I was
you.
out here cheating. Oh, 100% it was me. And now she fucking full RN. Like,
She's rich
owns
as
her own
fuck.
house and
What
shit.
about you? What is it you?
The one bitch that I regret, it was just, all right. So I had went to I got hired at TSA, right? I went to TSA for TSA training. They send you to Georgia, and for 2 weeks.
Homeland Security.
Yeah, send you there for 2 weeks. When I was out there, I met this bitch from New York. Pretty, I almost fell in love. Woo woo woo. But
How old were you?
I was 23.
Okay.
She was 22. We 24. I was 24. She was 22. We kind of fell in love. You feel me? We did a lot of shit. You feel me? Fucked. You feel me? Woo, woo, woo. It opened my eyes like, okay, I really don't want to be with my baby mama. You feel me? So, because if I did, I wouldn't have. It was like nothing. I cheated like it was like easy.
Instantly.
And like the wind blew, and I was like, oh, you feel me?
I'm a fuck.
So I get back out here, the bitch likes a picture on my Instagram and leaves a smiley face. My baby mama find out, she talked to her and all this shit, blow up. My baby mama go through the dramatics. Blase, bitch, you ain't really that hurt. You done been through this before, so don't lie. Woo, 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 woo. During this time, I meet this girl named Ryan. I'm going to show you a picture of her.
Shout out Ryan.
Oh, my God. The biggest titties and prettiest face.
White, black, Mexican, what's she?
Black, brown skin. I only date black women.
Okay, nothing wrong with
you
that.
feel me? I might have sex
Black
with
love, baby.
with a different race,
Right,
but
right, right,
ultimately I'm only.
That's what I said earlier. You're trying to press me about that.
No,
Like, I only fuck one
Wakanda
black girl.
forever.
I never dated a black girl, but I fucked one before.
But you feel me?
They're cute.
No, but I've dated Mexican girls. Like I've dated. You remember Melinda? In high school.
She sounds
Sound
hot.
familiar.
She sounds sexy.
Yeah, Melinda was like
Melinda.
Guatemalan in some shit. I'll show you. You remember her, but
Yeah.
Anyway, me and Ryan was together for like 3 months and like was fucking every day.
That's a terrible name, though, by the way, because when you just say me and Ryan were together for 3 months,
It sound like the white homie. It sound like me and the white homie Ryan.
Yeah, her name
we
is
was fucking.
Ryan, though, but
Yo, me and
Okay,
Greg
then what
were
happened? Take me
together
to
for
the
like
end.
3 months.
So boom, my baby mama come
Scooped
back
her.
trying hard, like I mean, fucking the shit out of me, buying me what I want, sucking dick, like doing everything. And, you know, I my daughter ain't even 1 yet, and then we went
It's kind
to
of nice.
You
It's
feel
kind of
me?
nice.
At my daughter's birthday party, and I'm just like, damn, like, do I really want to not give my family a shot? You feel me?
Yeah.
And I gave my family a shot, and it was the dumbest thing I've
Same.
ever fucking
I got
done.
married at 20, and I was like, I gotta do this for my son. Give him a shot. Like,
Stupid,
knowing
huh?
my baby mom was up.
Like, the bitch got fired from her job from getting drunk on the job and passing out at a pet store. At a pet store.
How the hell you drunk as hell handling kittens and puppies?
Oh my God! Like, bitch, you are a bum. Like,
Bum.
yeah. Like, bum. Please take this clip.
So as far as doing your music and everything, like just tell us about your music.
For sure. Well, I got a couple of projects out already. I got my debut tape, which is entitled Cranberry Juice. As you can see,
He stays with it.
you feel me? It comes from my
On
love
brand.
for the juice. And it started from my father putting me on it, you feel me? And it's just always been a thing that was always in my refrigerator. You feel me? And my name is Fatt Kevin, so I'm trying to, incorporate food into all my rhymes and all, because I'm a big foodie, you feel me? You feel me? And that I am. And then after I dropped Cranberry Juice, I dropped 2 music videos, and I kind of went on a little hiatus. I shouldn't have done it, but I was trying to ride the wave of that because a lot of people like that. Like, I have 10,000 streams on that album. You feel me? Independent.
Sheesh.
Yeah, not just solo, me, word of mouth and other people. You feel me? So I was riding that for a long time, and then I got with my homies. Shout out Twiz and shout out Razor, even though Razor don't like me no more, but it's cool. It's all up.
Yeah, I feel
and
that.
my nigga Teriyaki, and we met up, we linked up. We linked up one day, and we made music, and we just did that for like 2 months, and we was putting together a tape, all of us. But then within that, you feel me? Like I said, I write a lot. I was like, man, let me get some of these beats and create my own little 5-track EP. And I did that. And then after I did that, I don't know what happened. Niggas got mad and they was like, I don't want to do it no more. And I was like, whatever, you feel me? But we still got that music. And I'm still drop that shit. Cause, you feel me? So I dropped that. And then that was in the summertime of last year. And then I linked up with my boy Suave, who I know him through my boy Martin. You know Martin, the one that cut hair. Yeah, I linked up with him through him. Go get y'all haircut by Martin and Suave too. Them niggas A1 barbers. I would show y'all my haircut, but I ain't. It's not up to par right now. But yeah,
that fresh cut feeling.
Man, bro, it ain't nothing like you feel like pussy is at your beck and call.
It's brother like Fabio over here, like the Lion King.
But I wish I
Young
had that
Mufasa.
too, bro. I wish I had that mane because to do this, it's just a different feeling. To do this is just.
I be hair flipping. Shit,
Yeah.
sometimes I don't even know, and people are like, "Damn, that hair flip was sick."
It
And I
looked
was like, I don't
luscious
even
and
know I
long.
did that shit.
It looked very long and luscious. But we linked up and I met this dude named Dogness who had a studio, and when we linked up, we just clicked. I was going there like 2-3 times a week, and I was recording song after song after song. So I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna drop a tape. We got together, and that's how 424 came together. And 424 is one of my favorite tapes because it's just me rapping. It's like it's no like Cranberry Juice's songs. My EP Amazing Grace is like from the heart shit, and it's like shit heartfelt. And I made songs for my daughter, you feel me, and females I was in love with, and just rapping. And 424 is just raw rap, like it's like no hooks on some songs, just me rapping. And like I made a video with my homeboy Big Teflon, shout out Teflon. I got my nigga Hardy on there, shout out Hardy. And I got my nigga YB, shout out YB. And we did that tape, and now I'm working on a tape with my boy Suave. He got his shit called Zumba, some African shit. I don't know. It means like prosperity and something.
African beats right now are pretty hard right now.
Oh, it's not
The way-
Afro beats. It's not. He's African.
It's just Afro lyrics.
Yeah, just basically like that. And
I love it though, cause that whole thing just sounded like you ready to win a Grammy, my bro.
Oh,
Cause
yeah,
like that
bro.
whole thing was just a Grammy speech. I want to shout out Suave and Lil Tech and Schlong.
I was like, you're winning a speech.
And I want to shout out fucking
I love that.
Sego Body.
You feel me? Like
As an artist from like I'm sorry for interrupting, but as an artist coming from your space and your point of view and shit, your POV, what is something that you're missing, you wish you had, or what is something that you feel like you're missing to take you to the next step?
A team.
As far as what?
I need a
Marketing,
team.
promotion.
I need a market team. I need a promotion. I kind of got some of the things I've been praying for. I can't knock that. I got a photographer. Shout out my nigga CJ. He helped me out whenever he can. My nigga CJ. I got a producer. I got two, 3 producers. You feel me? That don't really tax me like that. Them my niggas. But I need a marketing team. I need a team to help so we can make merch. And I need an in-home studio and a video, somebody to record me and make music videos and all that. Cause that shit costs. Like, I mean, it don't really cost a lot of money, but
it adds up
to be consistent with it. Because this is how I look at it, and this is how I'm gonna start breaking down the year. You got 4 quarters in the year, right? So each quarter, I want to drop a project.
This quarter's almost done.
Yeah, and that's why this project I got coming out with my nigga Suave. We dropping. We don't know what the name gonna be is yet, but we probably gonna end up dropping it this month. We already shot a music video, Fly Flashy. Go check that out. Zumba Posse, Fly Flashy on YouTube. Go check that out. But I'm trying to drop a project each quarter and drop at least 2 to 3 music videos within that, and do that for a consistency of maybe 2-3 years. You feel me? And stay with it. You feel me? Always do it, but to really see if I'm gonna get a push or a buzz. You feel me? And if that don't work, then it's just for my absolute, for my love of the passion, for the game, for the art, for the craft. You feel me? I would just make music for that. Whatever happens. It's just out of love. But to really see if I could become a juggernaut in this LA rap scene, I'm going to do that for the next following 2 to 3, 4 years. You feel me? That's what my goals are as of right now. You feel me?
That's what's up.
You feel me? And to be honest with you, listening to other people's shit, I don't see why not.
There's literally no excuse why not.
You feel me? I can... If you listen to all my tapes, I don't have a certain sound. I make music. All my tapes have different vibes. They each come off on different vibes. You can hear it. It's not one. Cranberry Juice is song oriented. It's songs for people to sing along to. My Amazing Grace EP, that's from the heart. It's music, basically, letters, love letters to people that I've dealt with. And this last one is 424 was rapping, pure rap, bars.
Just bars.
And then this next one is ratchet music, like party music that you could play in the club and DJ could mix in or some shit like that. You feel me? And then my next one will be some West Coast player.
I see it. I got it.
Baby.
You feel me?
I got a vision for it. I got to do your next music video.
You can?
I'm going to do it. Let's
do it.
You heard it here first.
It's going to kill it. It's going to be different. It's going to be so different, dog. It's going to melt the wax